My god. You're so awesome, Lawrence Lim.
It's Lawrence Lim with the W. Bow, 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 bow.
So Bill comes home from work one evening and finds Sally crying in the bedroom. Sally, my dear, what's the matter? Why are you crying? Oh, Bill. She cried. I went to the doctor today, and he says I won't live until morning. That's terrible news, Sally. What should we do? Well, there's only one thing we can do, Bill. We should go to bed and make passionate love until morning. Bill pauses, scratching his head for a moment, then says, That's easy for you to say, Sally. You don't have to get up in the morning. So, a United States Marine was deployed to Afghanistan. While he was there, he received a Dear John letter from his girlfriend. In the letter, she explained that she had slept with two guys while he had been gone, and she wanted to break up with him. To add injury to the insult, she said she wanted back the picture of herself that she had given him. So the Marine did what any squared-away Marine would do. He went around to his buddies and collected all the unwanted photos of women he could find. In all, he got more than 25 pictures of various women, some with clothes and some without. He then mailed them to his now former girlfriend with the following note: I don't remember which one you are. Please remove your picture and send the rest back. So John comes home one evening to a surprise. His wife excitedly throws her arms around him and exclaims, I have great news. I'm a month overdue. I think we're going to have a baby. The doctor gave me a test today, but until we're sure, we can't tell anyone. The next day unfolds as usual until the phone rings unexpectedly. It's the electric company calling about the unpaid bill. John's wife answers. The voice on the other end asks, Am I speaking to Mrs. Smith? Yes, this is she replies cautiously. The voice continues, Miss, you're a month overdue, you know. Confused, she blurts out, How do you know that? The voice calmly says, Well, miss, it's in our files. Shocked, she stammers, What? In your files? How? The voice reassures her. We have a system for keeping track of everyone who's overdue. Now indignant, she exclaims, This is outrageous. I can't believe this. The caller, unfazed, replies, I'm just following orders, ma'am. I have to inform you. Flustered, she says, Fine. I'll discuss this with my husband tonight. He'll deal with your company tomorrow. That night, John listens to the bizarre story, growing more irritated by the minute. The next morning, he storms into the electric company office, demanding answers. What's going on here? You have it in your files that my wife is a month overdue. What business is that of yours? He shouts. The receptionist, unfazed, calmly says, Sir, it's nothing serious. All you need to do is pay us. Pay you? And what if I don't? John challenges. The receptionist shrugs and replies, Well, in that case, sir, we'd have no choice but to cut yours off. John, frustrated, but starting to see the humor, mutters, And what would my wife do then? The receptionist smiles and says, I guess she'd have to use a candle. So it was a regular day at first grade, and the teacher asked all the students to tell her something about what their parents do for a living. Some kids knew and gave a good description, while others didn't really understand their parents' jobs and gave vague descriptions or none at all. When they got to little Johnny, he stood up and said, My dad cuts people in half. Oh, really? Asked the teacher with a smile. You mean he's a magician? I don't know, said Johnny. A surgeon, maybe, asked the teacher. I don't know, repeated Johnny. Then why do you think he cuts people in half? Asked the confused teacher. Because I have 2 half-brothers and 3 half-sisters. So one day a man went to an auction. While there, he bid on an exotic parrot. He really wanted this bird, so he got caught up in the bidding. He kept on bidding, but kept getting outbid, so he bid higher and higher and higher. Finally, after he bid way more than he intended, he won the bid. The price was high, but the fine bird was finally his. As he was paying for the parrot, he said to the auctioneer, I sure hope this parrot can talk. I would hate to have paid this much for it, only to find out that he can't talk. Don't worry, said the auctioneer. He can talk. Who do you think kept bidding against you? So a 95-year-old man and his 94-year-old wife see a lawyer about a divorce. The lawyer asks them when they got married. I was 19, says the man. That means you've been married for 75 years at least, the lawyer points out. Yes, and all of it misery, says the woman. Really? When did you start to regret the marriage? Almost immediately, says the man. I hated her after about 2 years, and every year it gets worse. Everything about her is obnoxious and irritating. Oh, Lord, says the woman. I lasted 3 years, but after that, tolerating him in any way has been a huge problem. He has awful habits and treats me like trash. The lawyer thinks for a moment. Well, I can help you to get divorced, but why did you wait so long to apply for one if you've hated each other the whole time? She says. We were waiting for the children to pass away. So after getting all of the Pope's luggage loaded into the New York limo, and he doesn't travel light, the chauffeur notices that the Pope is still standing on the curb. Excuse me, Your Holiness, says the chauffeur. Would you please take your seat so we can leave? Well, to tell you the truth, says the Pope, they never let me drive at the Vatican, and I'd really like to drive today. I'm sorry, but I cannot let you do that. I'd lose my job. And what if something should happen? Protests the chauffeur. There might be something extra in it for you, says the Pope. Reluctantly, the chauffeur gets in the back as the Pope climbs in behind the wheel. The driver quickly regrets his decision when, after exiting the airport, the pontiff floors it, accelerating the limo to 105 miles per hour. Please slow down, Your Holiness, pleads the worried chauffeur, but the Pope keeps the pedal to the metal until they hear sirens. Oh, dear God, I'm gonna lose my license, moans the chauffeur. The Pope pulls over and rolls down the window as the cop approaches, but the cop takes one look at him, goes back to his motorcycle, and gets on the radio. I need to talk to the chief, he says to the dispatcher. The chief gets on the radio and the cop tells him that he stopped a limo going 105. So bust him, says the chief. I don't think we want to do that. He's really important, said the cop. The chief exclaimed, all the more reason. No, I mean really important, said the cop. The chief then asked, who you got there, the mayor? Bigger. Governor, the chief asked. Bigger. Well, said the chief, who is it? I think it's God, the cop exclaimed. What on earth makes you think that? Well, for one thing, he's got the Pope as a chauffeur. So a little boy heard that women and men age different, so he decided to ask his dad about it. His dad replied, When a woman is between the ages of 18 and 22, she resembles the vast continent of Africa. She stands as a captivating blend of the known and unknown, with half of her personality discovered, while the other half remains delightfully wild. Just like the fertile lands of Africa, she exudes natural beauty that effortlessly captures attention. As she blossoms into 23 to 30, a woman transforms into a reflection of the United States of America. Similar to this well-developed nation, she opens herself up to the world of possibilities and embraces the concept of trade, particularly seeking those individuals who hold genuine value in her life. Arriving at the enchanting age range of 31 to 35, much like the country's scorching climate, she exudes an irresistible heat and radiates an aura of relaxation. Confident in her own beauty, she embraces her individuality and effortlessly captivates those around her. Between 36 and 40, a woman takes on the allure of Greece. Like this ancient land, she gracefully ages, yet remains an inviting and warm destination for those seeking comfort and desire. Her appeal stands the test of time, and she continues to be an alluring presence. Entering the realm of 41 to 50, a woman embodies the essence of Great Britain. Just like this mighty nation with its glorious and conquering past, she carries herself with an air of authority and confidence. Her experiences have shaped her into a force to be reckoned with, leaving an indelible mark on those who cross her path. Between 51 and 60, a woman's essence aligns with that of Israel. Having endured the hardships of war, she becomes wise and cautious, ensuring that history doesn't repeat itself. Focused and determined, she efficiently manages her affairs, always prioritizing what needs to be done. As she gracefully ventures into the 61 to 70 age range, a woman embodies the spirit of Canada. Just like this self-preserving nation, she strikes a balance between cherishing her independence and welcoming new connections. She remains open to meeting new people, embracing the joy of forming meaningful connections. Beyond the age of 70, she becomes reminiscent of the magnificent land of Tibet. Wildly beautiful, she possesses a mysterious past that adds depth to her character. Drawing upon the wisdom of the ages, she carries an adventurous spirit and an insatiable thirst for knowledge, ensuring that life continues to unfold in remarkable ways. The boy was fascinated by this and said, "But what about men?" His mom overheard the conversation and chimed in. From the early years of 1 to 100, a man resembles the combined qualities of Iran and Russia, governed by a pair of nuts. So a man goes to a female dentist to have a tooth extracted. She pulls out a large syringe to give him an anesthesia shot. But as she approached with the needle, the man's eyes widened, and he exclaimed, "No way, no needles. I hate needles." With a compassionate understanding of her patient's fear, the dentist decided to explore alternative options. She had just the solution in mind. She began to set up a nitrous oxide tank, a classic method of sedation for those who couldn't bear the sight of needles. However, the man's anxiety still persisted. He quickly interjected, "I can't do the gas thing either. Just the thought of having a mask on my face suffocates me." Undeterred by these challenges, the dentist was determined to find a way to provide comfort to her nervous patient. She then asked him if he had any objections to taking a pill. His face relaxed, and he replied, "No, I'm fine with pills." With a sigh of relief, the lady dentist reached for 2 little blue pills and handed them to him. Curious, the man asked, "What are those?" With a calm and collected demeanor, the dentist replied, "Viagra." The man was taken aback, his eyes widening in surprise. "I'll be damned," he exclaimed. "I didn't know Viagra works as a painkiller." The wise lady dentist couldn't help but chuckle, responding with a hint of mischief in her voice. "It doesn't, but it'll give you something to hold on to when I pull your tooth."
I heard a rumor through the grapevine so bold. Lawrence Lim got a million stories untold. From green jokes, conspiracies, and edits with flair. You gotta follow him, baby, if you dare. Your feet feels empty without his magic touch. You got the blues and the laughs that you crave so much. With a click and a follow, you'll find some relief. Lawrence Lim's social media, a digital belief. Click, subscribe, don't miss a trick. Now, hey, leave your worries and come on, click today. Lawrence Lim's got the content right in line. Follow